So before I learned to sew, my entire relationship with clothes was dictated by what I could buy, what I could get hold of secondhand, what the big multinational conglomerates could come up with in their offices and then filter down to my little H&M branch when I was a teenager. My style was limited to what other people could imagine. Now in 2020, when the world closed down and I tried to keep my sanity by teaching myself how to use a child's sewing machine to make masks, something magical happened. I realised that I didn't have to stick to that formula anymore. I could imagine my dream wardrobe and make it manifest. I am 5 years into that journey. I'm by no means an expert sewist or even a chronic sewist. Like, I don't sew every day, or sometimes I don't sew every week. But I am slowly teaching myself the discipline of making garments, and I have been taking you along on that journey. Last year I did my year of make do, a challenge where I didn't buy any new clothes whatsoever, not even secondhand, not even knickers. And this year I've been doing a diluted low buy version of it where I have allowed myself some tokens. So welcome to the next update. If you missed the other updates, I will link them in the description. And boy, am I excited to show you what I have been making, because I'm wearing one of it right now and I'm obsessed with it. Let's go, let's go. So this is a top made out of rectangles. I'm not kidding you, there was no pattern. This is from an amazing book that I should probably go and get it, shouldn't I? This is the book that essentially taught me how to sew garments. It's called Sew It Yourself by DIY Daisy. And without giving away the whole pattern, I literally just cut out 4 rectangles, cut out some little circular bits for the arms, and then you just sew the 4 rectangles together and somehow get this amazing gathered top. Now, I have been trying to find a pattern that was loose fitting, because I get ridiculously hot in the summer, that would protect my tattoos from the very strong sun, that would mean that if I was traveling on my own, which I did this summer, I wouldn't have to ask a stranger to put sun cream on my back. Like, I really wanted my back to be covered. And this pattern fit the bill to the letter. I also made it in a very breathable linen and in a fabric that goes with some of my goals from my dream wardrobe Pinterest video. If you've seen that, this is a perfect match fabric for one of those dreams, one of those aspirations. So I was so chuffed with it that I made a matching skirt. You can also learn how to do this from DIY Daisy. Not sponsored, just a creepy fan. And I had great fun not just wearing this as a pair and getting like compliments on it as a dress, but also wearing the skirt with a purple top, wearing the top with a pair of jeans. Oh, I'm so obsessed. I'm probably gonna make like 10 of these. And it was so easy too. As you might know if you are a subscriber of this channel, I have also been altering some of the clothes that I have so that I wear them more. There is a video all about that up there. But other sewing I have done includes finishing the wedding bunting I was telling you about for my friend Ariel's wedding. Some footage of that here. It went very well. I made about 130 feet of bunting from vintage curtains, and it was an undertaking to say the least, but an undertaking I enjoyed, and it was very fulfilling to be at that wedding that was in a bookshop of all places, seeing the bunting being used. That was a very fulfilling sewing project that I am very glad I did, but I'm also very excited to now have all the sewing time just for me. Also, to go on that trip, I wanted some free flowing dresses. And I found this pattern. Yes, you will recognize this fabric from my last update. I got this fabric in Aberystwyth. It's Liberty fabric. It was on sale. I'm obsessed with it. I found this dress pattern that looked really elegant, but was actually just cinched in with a drawstring. And one of my goals for the year of Make Do is to only make clothes that are size adjustable so that I can wear the same clothes even when my body changes size. So I made this. This is the dress before you tighten the drawstrings, and this is the dress afterwards. How chic, how comfy. I was absolutely delighted with this dress when I made it. You can make the drawstring out of matching fabric, but I decided to make it out of complementary fabric, because if you remember from the last video, I bought this complementary fabric that's like a sister fabric to this fabric. I've said fabric a lot now. Fabric. However, I did think it was a little big. I made it in a large, which did correlate with the measurements on the pattern. However, then I made it in a small, and that went much better for me. Take a look at this. That feels much more my size. Of course, I have like a ton of room in both dresses, but when it comes to the proportions for my body, because I am chubby but petite, for some reason the small I think fits a lot better. If I was going to change anything about this pattern to do it again, I might lower this line so it's a little bit like it hits me on my waist like the other one does. And I also might give myself a little bit more length because I hate putting sun cream on my knees, and that is a petty concern that is valid in the sewing world. When you're making your own wardrobe, you're allowed to be petty. I think this pattern is absolutely ideal because it kind of could just serve as like a beach cover up, but you could also totally attend a wedding wearing it. It's like very confusing, but in a great way, and also very simple to make. I only had 3 pattern pieces, no interfacing, no gathering. I'm gonna make more of these. I'm going to make. Second section, things that I bought. Now, one thing I'm really happy about is that I did make a clause in my rules this year where I was allowed to swap out items for like a different size if I changed size. Like trying to find a swap that was as identical as possible to the original item, but that was a rule. And I had this lazy oaf dress that I bought from Vinted that just didn't fit me. It hadn't fit me since I bought it, but for some reason I was like, one day magically it will fit me, or I'll work out a way to alter it in a way that I like. And in the end, I looked at it and I was like, I'm sure that I can probably find this in a bigger size online. I couldn't, but I could find almost the exact same dress on Vinted in a stretch fabric. And I think that is even better than finding an alternate size, is to find one that will fit you at several sizes. So I ended up selling my other dress on Vinted. It's actually still on my Vinted if you want it. And I got this one instead. So that was my one buy that was kind of also a swap. When I was in Halifax on the way to a wedding, I popped into a small sustainable indie clothes shop that had loads of really small makers, and I bought this amazing denim corset-y top thing that I absolutely loved. I spent one of my tokens, my low buy tokens, on that. And the last bit of clothing I have to tell you about, you're going to lose your mind. One of you, Iris specifically, what a great name, Iris. We know that from The Holiday. It's the best name. Iris, you found me the witch top that I was obsessed with in the last video. We made a little arrangement. I paid for the top and the postage, and I'm also making Iris a hat to say thank you. But we found the witchy top. We found the wicked witchy top, and I'm not going to wear it right now because it is so sweaty in this conservatory. But as soon as the autumnal vibes hit, it's going to be on my body, and you're going to be seeing it in all of my Wicked videos, which I will inevitably make in the run-up to the release of the second part of the film. So exciting. In terms of fabric, while I was in Halifax, I went to a fabric shop that lives in as like lore in my brain. I love this fabric shop so much when I first went to it, when I first visited Canada, and ever since I've been like, that was the best fabric shop I think I've ever been to. It's called Patch, and years ago when I visited, I bought this fabric and made this amazing dress out of it, which is one of my favourite dresses I've ever made. So when I was passing through again, I was like, well, obviously the priority has to be to go to Patch, and oh, did they have treats in store for me? Not only did they have treats, but one of you works in Patch. So I got to feel famous, and that was amazing. So hello to the viewer who works in Patch. You were incredible. I don't know if you want to be named by name, so I'll keep your identity a secret, but that was a lovely homely moment. And you caught me in the midst of buying more fabric than I had business buying, seeing as I only had carry-on luggage. The first fabric that I bought was this check fabric. Look at it. I bought 2.5 meters of it, and I'm gonna make the best rainbow check dress out of it you've ever seen. In fact, would not this fabric look amazing in this pattern? Thoughts in the comments below, but I have never seen anything so gorgeous. I can't believe that a human made this. It's just absolutely sensational. In the same fabric family as this one, this other cotton, is this beautiful rainbow fabric. I got slightly less of this because I think this could be trousers, or maybe just a skirt. I don't know if I'd want a whole, who am I kidding? Of course I would like a one piece in it, but just for balance's sake, I thought this would be a really cool skirt fabric, so I got slightly less of that. And I was like, this is fine. This is not very much fabric. Could totally fit this in my suitcase. No worries. And then, and you know how hard I've been like trying to find good, like dark, tasteful leopard print fabric. Then I walked past this quilted fabric. Look at it. It's so perfect in every way, and it's coloured on both sides as well. So I bought a metre of it, so shoot me. And I did have to really pack my suitcase down because it's quite a lot of fabric when it's quilted. But I think I'm gonna make this into a little gilet, a little jacket for the winter, and it's going to be something I wear on my body for the rest of time. So thank you to Patch. You have upheld your league table footing, in my mind, as the best fabric shop in the world so far, until proven otherwise. And I think my crafty budget for this year was spent very well in your indie presence, and I appreciate you. Things that I've been tempted by, not many things, but I would like to tell you a little success story. I only have like 3 t-shirts in total at all in my wardrobe. They're not like a staple of my wardrobe, but when I wear them, I really wear them. And I have this one grey t-shirt that I've had since 2010 that I got from a charity shop for £1 in Wales. And I've been wearing it to smithereens. It has holes in the neck. I'm aware that at some point I will have to replace it. And I saw this t-shirt in a bookshop that I really, really liked. And it was like the emblem of the bookshop, Lunenburg Books. And I really deliberated all day about whether to buy it or not. And in the end, I was like, no, I think I will spend a token on it. And I talked to the guy and I was like, look, I'm not sure, you don't have a change room. I don't know if this is going to fit me. Is it okay if I do come back and return it? Like, I'm just in the hotel upstairs, actually. I was staying above the bookshop. And I was like, is it okay? And he was like, yeah, sure. So I bought it. I went upstairs to my hotel room. I had half an hour before the shop shut. And I looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, it's just goddamn not right. Like, it's not, I want to support this shop. I really would like a grey t-shirt as part of my wardrobe. It is something weirdly that I wear a lot. Not on camera because it's not very fun to look at. And I care about your irises. I want you to have a fun time watching these videos. But I do wear this grey t-shirt quite a bit. But I just looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, it's not making me feel comfortable. It's not 100%. And I'm usually, when it comes to like big companies, I'm very averse to returning stuff directly because they usually incinerate it. Fun fact, ASOS, just burning stuff. But with this small shop, I was like, I literally can see that you're just going to put that straight on the shelves. And I was right. I went back, I returned it. I'd already bought a lot of books from this man, so I don't feel bad about not contributing to the small business economy of that town. And he like just rolled it back up and put it right back on the shelf. And I was like, great. Like, nobody was harmed in the process of this. I didn't accumulate something that I didn't think was ultimately right for my wardrobe. I listened to my urges without indulging them. And for me, that was a huge win, because if I hadn't been doing this challenge, I'm not gonna lie, I might have just kept it anyway and slept in it or done something else with it. I don't know, but I was just like, no, these tokens are valuable. I can't be consuming too many new pieces of clothes. So that was my little win of this season, if you will. Finally, to wrap up, how am I getting on with my bingo card? Well, I haven't really done much more on my bingo card. These are all my challenges, and I've only ticked off 3 so far for the year, and I don't yet have bingo. But one that I think I am thinking of ticking off is find my perfect wrap dress pattern, because I thought I was looking for a wrap dress pattern, but what I was really looking for was a V-neck adjustable dress, which I thought would only come in a V-neck pattern. And then I discovered this drawstring absolute godsend. And I'm thinking, does this not fulfill everything I was looking for in a wrap? Isn't this almost a wrap dress? It's just using the function of a drawstring rather than like to draw it in, rather than like 2 strings drawing it. Do you see what I mean? It seems so close to a wrap dress, and actually I don't even know if I'm on the hunt for a great wrap dress pattern now, because I've got this pattern and I fitted it to my body and I'm very excited about it. So I'm thinking, let me know in the description below if you agree, I'm thinking that I can tick this one off. But apart from that, I haven't done any of these. And I regret nothing. I've been having a great time sewing, it's fine. And then finally, what are my plans for the upcoming sewing season? Well, obviously I want to tick off more of these. I will probably make some knickers soon, because that's becoming real urgent. Without oversharing. I'm very close to making my first pocket template that I'm completely happy with. I will update you on that, but I think I'm think I'm almost there. And then finally, I would really like to get round to making something very warm with this fabric that I can wear, especially when I'm working from home. It'd be really nice to feel nice and also warm and not leave this in the back of my cupboard until next winter and then make it. I'd love to just immediately make something rather than putting it off. Those are my goals. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey of building my dream wardrobe. I'm very excited to show you what I make with my new fabrics. So make sure you're subscribed so you get a new update about that. And thank you so much to the Gumption Club. If you are a sewist or you would like to be a sewist or you just want to like shop more consciously and feel like you've got a hold on your wardrobe and the direction it's going in and the direction of the world, the Gumption Club is a great place to chat about that. That's my Patreon. It's a lovely community. It's been going for over 10 years now, and we have a really, really warm, welcoming Discord with lots of different threads about shopping more sustainably, beginner sewists, intermediate sewists, people who are interested in knitting and fabric arts. And also, if you don't care about any of that, we have a million other threads about bodies and bath bombs and books and literally anything you can think of. In fact, right now in our library thread, we are reading children's classics together, and it's adorable. I just discovered that Wind in the Willows is actually one of the best books ever written, and I had no idea until I did this challenge with the Gumption Club, and I can't believe my childhood self missed it, because it is just a friggin' gem. Anyway, if you would like to join the Gumption Club, you're very, very welcome to. The links to do so are below. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, I think you might like one of these videos. Just a hunch, just a hunch. I might be wrong. Try it out. See if I am. Frog Snog out.